look at something that you need some healing on. Something that may be holding you back until you get it healed, okay? All the tarot decks that I'm using are listed in the description below this video if you are interested. So, Aquarius, let's pull a card to see what the energy is that you need to embody to bring forth healing into your life. We have the Ice Queen, ideas preserved, non-action, entitlement. So, this is really saying, Aquarius, your energy that you need to embody to facilitate your healing is that of the Ice Queen. You need not make any action, make any movement. This also could very well mean there's individuals in your life that you need to completely freeze out. Situations that you need to freeze out. It could be a job even, okay? But there's something that you have to, it's not cut out of your life, but you need to put it on ice for now. Like, now is not the time to make a situation better or make a relationship better. It's put it on ice and work on and focus on making yourself better without the influence of whatever, it is that you need to put on ice. It will be different for all of you since this is a general reading. So, Aquarius, let's pull some cards to see what it needs to be healed. So we have Oath. Capricorn received this as well. This is definitely somebody broke a promise or let you down. The fledgling. This is something that you really wanted. But the thing about this is you were unlearned about it in some way, on some level. And then fulfillment. So this could represent, since this is general reading, this could represent a relationship with somebody, whether it's friend, family member, or even romantic. It could be about a business partnership. It could be a job. Whatever happened here is something that you believed was stable and was going to be there for you, and but a promise is broken. Somebody let you down, somebody stabbed you in the back, and again, this is either this was something you were brand new to, or this is something you were unlearned about, okay? And with putting things on ice, this could be something that you did not have a whole lot of experience in, and like you made a commitment to it, hoping it would bring you fulfillment, but you realized you were like in over your head. This could be your own business, and it's time to kind of like put that on ice because there's something else that you need to learn, understand, know. This could also be about a relationship or, a romantic relationship in general, not attached to any specific person. Like, you're just wanting a commitment and you want something new that will be fulfilling, and it's just like everything that comes your way, it doesn't work out. But again, you've got to put that on ice right now. Now is not the time to make that divine connection. Timing is everything. So let's pull some more cards to see what needs to happen for healing to start taking place, aside from putting somebody or several somebodies, an idea, something on ice for now. Alright, so we have Spirit Keepers of the West. this here is letting you know that whatever this pertains to, you're coming to the end of that cycle, the end of that season. The harvest has already been received, whatever it may have been or lack thereof, okay? The harvest has already happened, and now everything is starting to turn color and, go into its hibernation for winter. So with this paired up with the Ice Queen, I feel as though and this could coincide with like the seasons, that you're experiencing on the earth plane as far as weather goes, or this could just be talking specifically about the cycle of your, soul, the season that you're in. So this is saying, listen, you need to let this go. The harvest has already happened. The trees need to turn. The winter needs to come. And then in the spring is anew. Again, this could just be specifically referring to the cycle of your soul, or this could be referring to a time frame for those of you who are looking, for timing. Now, living in the United States, we're just barely coming out of the winter, so that could be speaking to you. Like, this could have been things that were playing out last year as we were nearing fall, and you've been, dealing with this all through winter, whatever this represents for you. And this is your indication, the spring is going to change everything, and the spring is surely going to come. And then look at this, we have Freedom Horse. This is telling you that whatever this was would only hold you back, okay? At least in this time frame that we're discussing. This is saying that you need to break free. You really need to step outside of the box of your mind and recognize that you can reach much higher than you previously have, whether it's about relationships or career, a dream you're trying to achieve, something personal about yourself. This is saying this did not work out because there's so much more for you, and you've just got to break out of that mold. And this definitely has to do, with the fall, the harvest already being received, and then the winter where all things are preserved. There's nothing happening, there's no action, there's no movement, and that's because there doesn't need to be. It's, here comes the spring, and that's when it's time to act. So let's pull some cards to see what this experience was teaching you on a soul level. What is the lesson in all of this for you? Alright, so we have intuition. So this whole experience, whether you see it as related or not, is about you relying more on your gut feeling, your intuition, more than what you want, what you desire, or what's being said to you. Like, deep down within, Also, with the spider and the web here, along with the owl, it's talking about how we all weave our own web, okay? And whatever web you are trying to weave for yourself, this situation had to unfold because it's bringing you into, greater connection with your intuition. And look at this, we have body and mind, which pairs very well with intuition, okay? For you, Aquarius, it will serve you much better to rely on your intuition and the logic and purity of your mind rather than your emotions, okay? Also, with body, many of you get physical sensation that's part of your intuition, and maybe you haven't made the connection or you've been wondering, but yes, those physical sensations, you guys, your bodies are very psychic, okay? Some of you, it might not be so much like in your mind, you know, where you have visions or anything like that. It's feeling more as though it's felt in your body, okay? So pay attention to that. And again, this is about your intuition and the logic of your mind driving you rather than emotions. And just as I'm saying that, look what pops out next. Oh my God, sometimes the universe just like trips me out in these readings. Yeah, you guys, whether you recognize it or not, your emotions, you know, are playing a big factor. And I feel like it's more of like desire, like what you want, what you're trying to achieve. For some of you, this could be your emotions for somebody else, or, you know, just not being in control of your emotions in general. But the lesson in this experience is so clear. It's leading you into a much purer, balanced place, in the way you perceive life and how you make choices moving forward. Because again, we have this web here. We all weave our own web, okay? And then this here, it's clear as day. Many of you Aquariuses out there, your intuition and the logic of your mind was screaming at you about a very specific person or people you were involved with, or situation or circumstance. Like, your beautiful mind and your spirit was telling you, no, 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 do not proceed, don't do it. But the emotion within you is what overrode, and that's what you paid attention to. And now you may be in this space where you're not so much trusting your emotion. You can be like, oh, screw love, love hurts, love made me do this, love made me do that. And the truth is, that's not even what happened here. This was a lesson for you to become emotionally stronger. And that's not to say that you were weak, but it's more about learning to discipline yourself, putting those emotions on ice when your spirit, mind, and heart are not in sync, okay? When those three things are not in alignment, then you shouldn't proceed forward, because something is off, something is amiss, okay? Sometimes that's our own insecurities and fears, but if we stop and take the time to do a little bit of introspective work to see what's going on inside of ourselves, we'll recognize its fears. But in this situation, based on these cards, Aquarius, what I see is that your, intuition, so your spirit, your mind, and your heart were not in alignment, which brought you into trouble, okay? And that is the lesson here that you set up for yourself at a soul level through this experience, is so that you do get everything in balance and you learn how to move through life, perceive, and make choices based on all three, and not so much just one driving factor, okay? Because some of you, this could be flipped around where, it's your mind that overrode your spirit and your emotions, and that's what led to trouble. This is a general reading, okay? But the main message here is when mind, spirit, and heart are not in alignment, put it on ice, Aquarius. Do not proceed forward. It will only lead to trouble, okay? Because who you are and what you are, this situation, person experience would have never served you. It wouldn't grow you spiritually. So, I grabbed the wrong deck. Sorry about that, Aquarius. I'm going to pull some cards to see what the primary emotions are associated with this experience and this soul lesson, and essentially what emotions need to be healed and grown so that you can move forward. So we have disgusted, revolted, nauseated, repelled, angry, mad, frustrated, enraged, and comforted, reassured, consoled, nourished. So, again, whoever let you down, whatever let you down, really impacted you emotionally. Anger, I mean, just what you can see depicted. This is a heavy, intense emotion. There's a lot of energy behind, anger. And that, may not be what you initially felt. It could be, but it's like feeling disgusted and angry is the primary emotion based on this experience, okay? And comforted here, like this is what you're seeking, and that you can't seem to find the reprieve, maybe your mind keeps going over and over, replaying everything over and over, and again, you need to put all of that on ice. You need to give yourself a rest from that, because what happened here was not punishment, nothing went wrong. This was a soul lesson for you, that's life. Like, we all have them in so many different levels, so many different ways. And this was just really an exercise in teaching you to align the aspects of yourself, of your beingness, okay? And in doing that, moving forward, whatever this is, this energy here that you feel did you wrong, betrayed you, stabbed you in the back, let you down, left you ultimately just completely disgusted and angry and not feeling like you can get over it and let it go, you can. Or this would not have played out. This lesson would not be before you, because, again, once all three of these are in alignment, Aquarius, nobody can pull the wool over your eyes. You'll just see it coming. And I think some of you kind of saw it coming, and you're just so mad because you trusted a person or situation more than you trusted yourself. And again, that's a lesson to never do that, because yourself will never lead you wrong. Your higher self will never lead you wrong. So let's pull a card to kind of crown this lesson and the associated emotions. Peace. Dissolving unwanted or disturbing thoughts. Yes, Aquarius. This is saying you need to put your mind on ice. You cannot replay it over and over. There's nothing that you should have done differently, okay? You were learning. You did not know before. You did not have the experience before you had this experience, which wounded these emotions, which brought them to the surface of, hey, these emotions need healing. You need to pay attention to these energies within you, okay? And now you know, moving forward, if your spirit, your heart, and your mind are not aligned with each other, don't do it, okay? Don't do it, because just because this is what's crowning the reading here, I feel like whatever went down, like you knew it intuitively. You knew it. You just did. And that's why this has affected you so badly. It's because you went against yourself in that knowing, because you either really trusted somebody else, or you really wanted this to happen, or, you needed this to happen to be. So let's pull some cards to see what your path to healing is, how you integrate this lesson fully into your beingness so that you can release the lower energies around it and move forward. Because nothing leaves us until we've learned everything from it that it was there to teach us, okay? So let's see what your path to healing is. We have water. Celebrate all day. This is so perfectly paired with that peace card. This is saying, no matter what, Aquarius, focus on what is good in your life, what you do have, who does love you, who is there for you, your connection with the universe, all of that. Be happy where you can be happy. Let the negative go. Put the negative thinking on ice, okay? Celebrate. Activate your power. Yes, nothing has defeated you. Nothing has defeated you. The only thing that can defeat you here is yourself, okay? Would you set the emotions aside, set the negative thinking aside, and you allow yourself to rise to a much higher perspective and see the lesson in this experience, not as a punishment, but the lesson to grow you, to expand your consciousness, because you are clearly trying to, move beyond the current limitations of your life, and that's so strongly with Freedom Horse there. It's time to activate your power within, and that comes from allowing yourself to see the higher picture, of why everything played out the way that it did. And again, that brings peace to your mind. Sacred time, quiet, sacred time, air, meditation, yeah. It's time to disconnect and separate from everything. Shut those negative emotions and thoughts off, and connect to the universe, to your ancestors, to your spirit guides, to your higher self, to God, to Jesus, however you look at it, and say, take me on a journey and show me, okay? You need to go on a vision quest if you really struggle to understand this, okay? Because this was only happening to make you stronger, so that you believe in yourself and you trust yourself more than you trust anybody else, okay? And look at this, air, focus, path to journey, go steady. Yes. Do not think that you have this situation figured out while you're still operating from your emotional body of anger and hurt and frustration. You're not learning in that space. In fact, this whole lesson is trying to teach you to stop going to that space, and again, pull back. Look at it from a pure logical mind. Feel it intuitively with your spirit, because you are just, it's like it holds you back, and it doesn't need to, because many of you betrayed your own self because you wanted to trust the words and promises and all of that of somebody else, and I feel like that's why you're just so angry and frustrated. But don't be. They taught you that your intuition is on point, and nobody can pull the wool over your eyes unless you allow them to. That's what they taught you, okay? So let's pull some final advice for you guys on how to navigate and get through this situation. Alright, so this flew out, and again, this goes right along with the sacred time, the quiet space. You need to give yourself the permission to rest, to relax, to not obsess over, to not berate yourself, to not, all of that. Let it all go. We all live, we all learn, and that's just how life goes. And, one mistake here shouldn't disconnect you from humanity or from love or from trusting or anything like that, because nobody can fool you. Your intuition is way too on point, and the more your energy is relaxed and balanced, the more you will see this for yourself. Next we have divine love. This is saying at this point in time, it would serve you best to connect yourself into the divine, into the universe, and focus on the love that vibrates there, that energy, rather than any human representation of love whatsoever. That's where your healing is found, is through the divine, and allowing that connection and allowing the divine to come into you and heal you of the wound that's left behind, because you will get this and you will heal these emotions. But that wound, if some of you are just still, nursing that wound, refusing to let it fully heal because you're so angry about what happened, the universe is saying, listen, let it go. Let the human experience of this go. Connect into me and I will heal that wound. Wow, look at this transformation. This is telling you, Aquarius, that sometimes when we're asking for something and we're reaching for something, a simple change in our thinking pattern or our life or our behavior will bring forth that manifestation that we're reaching for. What this is telling you is that this is an overall haul for you, an entire complete transformation. And this is general, so it's really hard for me to speak specifically on what is being transformed. But, you are you. You exist inside your body, and you know your emotions and your thoughts and your spirit. And you know which part of you needs to be transformed. And you know what needs to be put on ice and just set aside for now. And you know where you need to break out of the box and let yourself be free. So for you, Aquarius, it's really all about allowing the divine to come in and assist you and help you and bring you this peace of mind. But you've got to give yourself permission that everything that's happened is okay and that you are going to get through this. And, right here, this was just like a really deep lesson for you about alignment of your total self and not acting from any other space but that space. So, Aquarius, this was your healing reading. I do hope that this has brought you some clarity, guidance, and